Welcome back everybody to a brand new episode of my Hardcore Iron Man, trying to get to Grandmaster tier without dying and only going one collection log at a time. And that is where I want to talk to you guys about while I clean up my bank here. First and foremost, if you do end up liking this video, please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers on the channel by the end of the year. And then second, I asked in the last episode if we should change up the rules just a little bit so that instead of going for one collection log, I can have a non-combat achievement collection log like Guardians of the Rift that I'm currently working on, and a combat achievement based collection log, something like Barrows or the Moons of Peril or something like that, side by side. That way I can kind of split up the content that I'm doing a little bit, make it a lot more appealing for you guys. And also I need to start getting on these collection log or the combat achievements, because there's always going to be more added, and the more that are added, the more that I'm going to struggle to get to that Grandmaster tier. So without further ado, let's go do some combat achievements, shall we? Here we are with a nice old blood veld kill. I'm actually going to stay here, see if I can get some boots because of my upcoming fun stuff that I have going on. But there we go. Weird little lick thing down. Then we come over to here in the Isle of Souls to make sure that I'm safe with it. Kill a greater demon and get some combat achievements. Very nice, very easy. Pretty good experience, but you know. And here we are, Wintertop. We're going to get a couple combat achievements, and there's a couple things that I'm going to ask about in the future of this episode, later on in this episode, so make sure you stick around so that you can give your feedback here on some different items. But first, I wanted to get my revenge on the Deranged Archaeologist. For those of you who don't know, I lost my last Hardcore Iron Man to the Deranged Archaeologist, but there we go. Some combat achievements there, and we actually have a couple of drops that we're going to be going for while we're doing the 25 kill count here. I'd rather be illiterate, but we come back here, and wouldn't you know it, we're going to get ourselves something rather nice here, something really big. Runite Limbs, something that every Hardcore Iron Man struggles to go for, and we got it. So now at any point, once we get the fletching level, we can now make ourselves a rune crossbow, which is going to be big for us in the future. Oh, yes, we got it, the black d'hide body. Oh, that is so good, yes. So now that I kind of collected myself after that, did a couple more kills, the black d'hide body is big. I can't wear it just yet because I don't have 70 range, but that is going to be my best in slot for an upcoming boss fight that I'm going to be working on. If you watched last episode to completion, then you kind of know what we're going for, but it is huge, and I didn't die, which is even better. So I have a question for you guys as we complete the last combat achievement for Deranged Archaeologist. I keep talking about my last Hardcore Iron Man. It was a series on my main channel. Would you guys like to see, and as you guys can see, Deranged Archaeologist completed. Would you guys like me to bring that series and post like a big one-off video of that series on this channel? Let me know. Taking a little bit of a break here, we're gonna come and finish up a quest. We need ourselves a cannon for what I have planned next. So finishing up Dwarf Cannon. I'm actually surprised I haven't completed this sooner, but here we go. Dwarf Cannon completed. Now we can go and buy our cannonball mold. Do you like that transition? Yes, I worked on that for all of 30 seconds to think of that. But now we're gonna make a whole bunch of cannonballs, because I need cannonballs. I need range, obviously, because I just got a black d'hide body. So finishing up these cannonballs here, we're going to use these to help propel ourselves to 70 range so that we can use the black d'hide body. I still want to try to get the black d'hide van braces, but we got a pretty good start on the cannonballs now. So this is where I had a couple questions. I was doing solo here to finish up combat achievements, but because I'm not forced to actually get the uniques from Wintertot, it made me have the question of, do we make it so that if I get the combat achievements without getting any collection log slots, do we come back to these or do these until we get the full collection log or not? So coming back here with some Temporos, this is also just like Wintertot. Do we return here to finish the log or no? What do you guys think? Okie dokie, doing some solo Temporos, but we got Master of Buckets, very nice. And firing the hole completed. And just like that, we get Y Cook combat achievement as well as the Lone Angler. If you guys want me to make a small little guide on how to do solo Temporos, let me know. I don't mind making it. Just let me know down in the comments below. Okay, coming back, did some more mass Temporos so that we could get the kill count, because this is going to be Temporos Novice as well as the easy combat achievements tier completed. Alright, Taste of Hope. This is king in the future. This fight wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but I definitely came prepared. I'm very glad that we got a Taste of Hope completed, but this was just the small boss in comparison to what comes next. And we complete Taste of Hope. So we come over to here and we finish up the Holy Grail for some good defense and prayer experience. Oh god, voice crack. Don't mind me. Oh, this quest is the worst. 1 million small favors have been completed. Get some good herblore experience because we're definitely going to need it. But this was just a prerequisite for some of the other stuff we needed to do. Coming in, finishing worst quest number 1, Rag and Bowman 1, getting that completed. Then finishing up making history, going and completing a very weird quest with a very weird reward. We got the bear hat with Mountain Daughter. To get ourselves some more prayer experience, we completed the Spirit of the Elid quest. Also helps for Narda teleports in the future. And we complete Zoker Flesh Eater for some ranged experience primarily, and herblore, but mostly our ranged experience. I'm diseased, I should go take care of that. And worst quest number 2, Rag and Bone Man 2, completed for some prayer. And one of the funniest quests ever, Rum Deal completed. The Holy Wrench will come in handy when we finally farm up the Fight Cave for Jat Pet. But 47 farming is nice. Cabin Fever coming in hot and heavy. Get that completed because that is a requirement for our next quest that we have to do. Ooh, 57 smithing from that, very nice. And then here we go, the Great Brain Robbery. I safe spotted the boss. It was pretty easy, no big deal. Get through this dialogue, and that should be quest completed. What? Hello? Okay, there it is. Quest completed for some prayer experience, but also a nice little lamp. 64 prayer there, 47 construction, and 94 combat. So very nice, and we got ourselves a lamp that we can use on herblore just for a little bit of extra. Oh, no level? Oh, that's annoying. And finally, one of the big requirements that I needed for Sins of the Father, 70 prayers. So I did the Blessed Blown Shards method. I mined them all in Camtorem. I didn't complete Moons of Peril quest. I just needed to do enough to get into the area, and I just mined it up pretty nicely. But there is 70 prayer. That means now we can go get piety, which means King's Ransom gets completed. Now, I don't want to do the fight waves just yet. Put this on herblore. We have a couple things that I want to get first before we try to attempt the fight wave things. I went to the temple spiders and camped them for a little bit. Got a grubby key. Got some super restores, which is nice. But we also have ourselves a weapon poison plus, which is going to be big because we're going to go spend all of our cash real quick. We buy ourselves the dragon dagger and we get a poison plus dragon dagger. This is just going to be really good for us so that we can flinch the waves and ensure that we can get it. And one more hit, please. There it is. that should be the fight waves, the night waves, whatever they are, completed. We got chivalry and piety, which is really, really good, because that's what we're gonna need, because we have some clue scrolls. So here's our dopamine tab. We have some mystery boxes and some clue scrolls. Obviously we have the winter talk crates. Let me know what you want me to do with those. Onion, garbage, or nothing actually. Body rune, great. Garbage from those. Beginner, ooh, bare feet. A nice collection log slot. We love to see those. Alright, mediums, garbage. I mean, decent runes, but garbage. And of course, you give me an amulet of power now. Alright, get out of here, swordfish. I'm keeping everything. You never know what you need. And a hard clue. All we need is a black dragon hide, chaps. Please. Oh my god, we got it. Yes. Oh, we got it. I mean, we got a magic short bow, but that's whatever. We got the black dragon hide, chaps. That means our gear is ready. We are ready to go face Van Stromklaus. We have everything that we needed. It is now time for us to officially go and attempt Sins of the Father. Alright, so I got a voiceover for these because I tried to do a live reaction and I was silent the whole time. Sins of the Father took so long. This is my first attempt, and as you can see, I made like some steel knives and stuff for the blood velds. I was using the food that I got from the grubby chest, and it did good, but as you can see, I only have a normal attack and a normal strength pot, and I was getting absolutely melted. I was not doing any damage. I was getting melted, and there's a couple of times, like right there, where I don't know what I was thinking. I probably should have brought more junk food for a couple of attempts, but I think in my head I thought, oh well, I can do this easy. That wasn't the case. There will be many times where you see that I make dumb mistakes. It was just bad. I think for this first attempt, now this is at 300% speed, so that should tell you just how long this took. I think the actual clip of this first attempt alone was somewhere around like 10-15 minutes. It was ridiculous. Like, I literally just sat here smacking constant zeros. I don't even get them to phase 2 with all of this supposedly good gear that I got. It was terrible. So there was definitely a lot of practicing and a lot of getting the mechanics down. I'm surprised I didn't die with how bad I was actually performing in this. I had the blood phase, like the blood clot thing down, but he was constantly healing off me, and I got to the point I was like, you could see I was like kind of hesitating. I was like, do I leave? I think I'm gonna leave. I don't feel great about this run. I didn't even get to phase 2, but I was confident that maybe phase 2 I'd be able to do something, because I'm pretty decent at TOA, and that's pretty much what phase 2 is the wardens, P3 wardens at TOA. But yeah, I guess I did get him to phase 2, and I was like, yeah, I got this, but I forgot he actually also attacks, and it just didn't work out. I got chanced here a couple of times. Here we go, another nice slow one, so you guys can see I get absolutely slapped. This was horribly done, I gotta say. And again, just horrible. Didn't even get phase 2 again. Finally, we hit phase 2, and this was the biggest scare of everything. I got major chanced, or so I thought, because it happened again and again until here I got actually Ring of Life'd out. Like, it was so terrifying. I thought I was gonna die. Come on, just hit, please. Just hit. Come on. Please stop noodling. Yes! Oh my god, I did it! Yes! Holy shit! So, between the last attempt and this one, there was so much that I did differently. I was bringing my the strength super attacks. I ended up going and making better food. The swordfish weren't cutting it. I actually made tuna potatoes. They were giving me 22 health instead of 14 or 16, whatever health. So I was getting so much more healing. Oh my god, and I was still fully out of food. Oh my god, I can't believe I did it. Oh, I finally did it. It's done. Whew. Okay, so we're back at Wintertot. I needed to get redwood logs. I took a long time just AFKing, wood cutting, got 90 wood cutting, and now here we go. We get ourselves one more 90 fire making, just on time. So we can now make ourselves the redwood lantern for Guardians of the Rift. But obviously, the big achievement is actually defeating Vanstrom. Oh my god. We have everything. Like, there's nothing else that could be done that would prepare us more or make Guardians of the Rift easier. We're ready. Let me grab my lantern, grab my logs. I think I need a tinderbox. And there we go. We got the redwood lantern. Oh. It's time.
Alright. It's time. So, as of recording this, episode 3 of the series has officially gone up, and I've been talking to my clan and some friends and some of the feedback from people on the videos, and we're going to change the way we do things. What does that mean? Well, for starters, we are going to separate the collection logs, which sounds weird, but I'll explain it here. So, we ultimately are going for combat tasks. We want to eventually finish Grandmaster and get the Zuck Helm. Well, when doing a collection log like Guardians of the Rift, which, as you can see, I have 700 searches, 220 rifts closed, and I'm at 10 out of 17. I finally got the Redwood Logs Lantern and everything else, but if you can see, I'm at 29 days and 14 hours. That is a ton of time. So, what 29 days and 14 hours translates into is 710 hours, which is kind of insane considering we've done really nothing with this account. And that's something that was kind of bugging me for a while, and so I posed the question, do we separate the collection logs? And people were relatively open to that. So what's going to happen from here on is we're going to have a combat achievement based collection log. So for example, we'll just go with Abyssal Sire. I can do Abyssal Sire, obviously I would have to get the proper things, but for example, I can have Abyssal Sire open as a log that I'm actively working on while doing Guardians of the Rift. But if I'm doing Guardians of the Rift, I'm not allowed to go and do something like Barbarian Assault. I have to finish Guardians of the Rift before I can do another non-combat achievement based collection log. So pretty much all of the mini games, most if not all of the others, excluding like Slayer and miscellaneous. And if I'm doing Abyssal Sire, if the Abyssal Sire log is open, I'm not allowed to go to like Chambers of Xeric and start getting stuff there. I'm stuck to one pretty much boss-based collection log. So Obor, Giant Mold, General Grardor, Hespori, Duke, whomever it is, and then one non-combat achievement-based collection log. So Guardians of the Rift, Hallowed Sepulchre, Pest Control, whatever it may be. So I still have to green log everything that I'm doing, but to save my sanity, we are going to be separating it a little bit so that I can now go and actually do stuff, because 710 hours played on an account is insane, and we have a ton of levels, but I feel like I've not progressed. I'm still rocking, like if we go over here, my gear tab is pitiful. I'm still rocking full rune, iron boots, and it's just terrible. It's horrible. You know, I mean, I got the black knight armor, the black armor, because I want to eventually go get a defender. Well, because the defender is a collection log that I cannot do right now because it is a non-combat. That's not the where. There it is. It's a non-combat achievement-based collection log, so I can't get a defender until I finish Guardians of the Rift. But what I'm probably going to do, and what is going to be a big focus for next video, is we are going to be preparing for the Moons of Peril. This is going to be the first collection log that has combat achievements that I'm going to go for. Now, I'm also going to clarify, if I complete the collection log before I complete all of the combat achievements in it. So, for example, the Moons of Peril, there's some pretty crazy ones, like High Hitter, and where is it? There's one where it's like, yeah, the Speed Chaser. I don't know if I'm going to be able to really get those combat achievements with the armor that I have. So, if I get the collection log finished, I'm not forced to finish the combat achievements, only the collection log. So I can finish the collection log of the moons and then go on and do like Barrows, for example, if I want to get Barrows armor. And I don't have to finish the combat achievements for the moons to be able to go to the combat achievements for Barrows. So I just wanted to specify this. This is a change in pace for my own sanity and for the sake of making actual decent content going forward. This is a change that I thought about. I talked it over, like I said, with a lot of people, and a lot of people seem very open to this. So this is how we're going to be going forward. So next episode, we're preparing to go into the Moons of Peril, and we're going to start finally getting some progress on this account. So you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be pretty crazy, and I'll see you next time.